What's good, YouTube? It's your boy MarshTheKid back with another video. Today first of all, let me just say, Love Island has been trending the past couple months. Feels like forever, but they've been trending the past couple months. With season 7, with Jeremiah, Huda, Alandria, and all them. So today, in what's the word I'm looking for? Slow moment. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to think. In recognition, I guess, to them having their not season finale, but their reunion. We have a video by 4D Shams. Again, shout out to him. Called "Love Island Has a Serious Problem." I feel like I already know what it's kind of about, but let's just dive in.
It's Chris randomly just kind of like told everyone that you guys had sex without talking to you.
I didn't even fully do anything. Girl, it was like halfway. It wasn't even all like
it was halfway?
Like it was like this.
Like it wasn't even the full shebang. Like I'm just like, you're over here like, yeah, we had sex and we did this and I fucked this girl, she's so fine. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Like you barely put that shit in. Don't even. And it's not because I couldn't take it. That's for fucking sure.
It's not that you couldn't take it, that's the issue you find with this?
She sounds so salty. Like, I feel like she's worried about the wrong... Bro, I'm trying to say this in a way where I don't get TOS. Bro, if the male puts it in any way, shape, or form, it doesn't matter how long, how thick, whatever. If he puts it in, y'all had sex. It doesn't matter if you put it in one singular time. Y'all had sex. Stop trying to bash Chris, man. Chris is a good dude, bro. I watched the whole Love Island season, every episode religiously. Chris is a good dude. I'm not going to spoil anything for y'all. If he spoils something, I can't help it, but I'm not going to spoil it. All I can say is he's a really good dude. He's a stand-up guy, man. So I'm tired of Huda, like, trying to put the blame on everybody else around her but herself. Like, take accountability, man.
Not that you're being broadcasted to like the entire world. The situation that was being discussed in that interview was something that was broadcasted for the entire world to be able to see. So unless you've been living under a rock for the past month, then you've probably seen clips or at least heard of Love Island. It's a show that's broadcasted on the Peacock broadcasting platform, where they basically take a bunch of attractive people and they put them in a remote location in hopes of helping them find love. And the person who ends up finding love on the show gets a $100,000 prize and has the option of either splitting it with the person they fell in love with or keeping it all to themselves. Some of the locations that Love Island USA has been broadcasted from include Las Vegas, Fiji, and Hawaii. The most recent season being broadcasted from Fiji. And yes, you probably already guessed it, just like there's a Love Island USA, there's also a Love Island UK with its own separate set of locations and people. But one of the things that makes this show so captivating, aside from the, super attractive cast, is that the show is interactive with its viewers. Because the show is filmed live while the episodes are airing, at random times throughout the show, viewers get the chance vote someone out. So if there's someone that's been causing a bunch of drama, or if someone's receiving a bunch of public disdain, the viewers will just vote you out. But even the people who end up getting voted off still get a lot of traffic to their social medias. For example, contestants like Jaylen Brown, who ended up getting a bunch of brand deals and opportunities after being voted off, and his social media skyrocketed. And it was the same case with Jeremiah Brown. Jaylen Brown, Jeremiah Brown.
Mind you, I didn't really follow Jaylen too much after the series, to be honest. Nothing wrong with him, I just didn't follow him. He was just kind of one of those characters that came in and out. He had a pretty fast stint in the villa. But Jeremiah, I'm pretty sure all y'all that watch Love Island, y'all know Jeremiah. Jeremiah literally said he didn't even use TikTok. You feel me? Like, I think he said, like, he had, like, maybe 1,000 followers, something like that, on TikTok. I don't know about Instagram. All I can speak for is TikTok, because that's what I remember hearing. And as you can see, he has how many? Let me go back. 2.2 mil, bro. And saying you can tell because the likes aren't typically matching up with the followers. You have like a crazy amount of likes compared to followers, so you can kind of tell like his TikTok just skyrocketed out of nowhere. But Bro, this show gives you a lot of publicity. Don't let, bro, if you're one of the last people standing.
Jeremiah Brown. Hold on. What's going on here? What's going on here, bruh? And of course, the contestants who don't end up winning the show but also don't get voted off get a bunch of traffic to their social medias as well. And a big part of how much clout you get during and after the show depends on how much people rock with you. For example, with Huda, she's gained millions of followers across her social medias and is going up by the day. Her gaining all these followers happened in a matter of weeks. And Huda might honestly be the contestant who's gained the most notoriety from this season of Love Island. But unfortunately, the fact that people are supporting her goes to say a lot about our society, because she's a walking red flag. Now, I've obviously never seen the show, but I've seen a bunch of clips on TikTok, Instagram, all over social media, and all I can say is that girl is definitely an emotional roller coaster. And I don't mean to be that guy, I'm not a misogynist. No, for real though, I'm joking. I'm literally joking. But I truly feel like a huge part of the reason why a lot of Huda's actions slide is because she's an attractive woman. Y'all let attractive women get away with damn near anything. And I know I'm still probably gonna get those "this guy hates women" comments, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let a woman make the points for me.
If a man had a child and went on Love Island and refused to tell any of the other girls that he has a child other than the girl that he's coupled up with, y'all would call him weird. If a man called the girl that he was coupled up with a ass bitch over and over and over again, y'all would have called him abusive. If a man went around the villa and changed the narrative to make him look like the victim and would lie to all the boys and say that that girl is doing me crazy, y'all would call him insane. If a man told a girl, I'm counting down from 3, if you don't give me some pussy, I am going to make your day horrible tomorrow, y'all would have called it sexual coercion. But because Huda is a bad bitch with a fat ass, y'all call it fucking relatable. Any platform that puts Huda on there to interview her, you guys are platforming an abusive, manipulative narcissist. Prove to me that she is not abusive. We all watched her on the national TV.
Quick reminder, y'all,
She hit it around the money. And that was like a 45-second video. She hit it on the money, bro. Huda, can't spoil anything. Like they said, you're a grown woman trying to tell a man to do something at the count of 3. You realize we're grown, right? Mind you, everybody on that show is mid-20s to 30s. And you're trying to tell me after you count down, I need to do this? Like, what am I, your child? Your kid? Like, bro, come on now. And then the whole cussing people out, calling them names and stuff, like, nah, that's just disgusting, bro. That's disgusting behavior, bro. You feel me? Because, okay, first of all, if you're a woman, you support Huda, you might as well click off this video. Because you're going to hate me. Bro, if you are a supporter of Huda and what she does and her morals or whatever, you need to burn in hell with her. You feel me? And I feel sorry for her child. That her child has to even grow up with a mother with those types of morals. I gotta hold her accountable. Huda, your brain is all sorts of messed up. I don't know what's going on there, but it ain't looking too good, bro. You feel me? Like, your child shouldn't have to grow up with a misogynistic, manipulative, just emotionally damaged and traumatized mother. You can't blame but so much on the father. You know what I mean? Like, okay, y'all had a kid, you know, you might have had a kid with a guy who you typically don't really like. That doesn't give you the right to just name call and, you know what I'm saying, do all this toxic stuff, man. At the end of the day, you're human and you know what you're doing.
Just a little bit over 10
crazy.
100K subscribers on YouTube. Make sure y'all go sub. And while you're at it, go ahead and join my Discord. We got over 3,000 members. If you want to see any of the censored videos on my, she had so many red flags. She obviously didn't find love. Matter of fact, I think the guy that she was paired up with damn near hated her towards the end. But surprise, surprise, a couple of days after the show ended, she spotted with a whole new dude. And people are making the joke that she found a new man before she even went to see her kids. But if I'm being honest, none of this really surprises me. Huda's actions, the people who are defending her, the fact that they allowed it to happen on Love Island, none of this surprises me. Because although it might be called Love Island, it might be the furthest thing away from love. It should really be called Lust Island. The show is basically softcore porn. I mean, just a couple minutes into the show, on the first episode, you have a challenge where these strangers are making out with each other. I mean, tongues down each other's throats making out. And for a little while, it even looked like one of the contestants had herpes. Although it was later disproven because it turns out it was due to a sports injury, it still alarmed viewers because contestants get super intimate on the show. And they damn near don't have a choice because the show includes all sorts of crazy, disgusting challenges. I'm talking about challenges where you're putting food in your mouth and then you're transferring into someone else's mouth and so on. It gets worse. Someone needs to run a background check on the directors of this show because whoever came up with these freaky ass challenges needs to get their head out the gutter. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize time if this next one makes you nauseous.
I watched the show already, so I can watch it.
And not just any food, milk from one mouth to another to fill up a bowl. What happened to when people?
Wait, did he just say not any food but milk?
Nauseous. Yeah, so they were transferring food, and not just any food, milk from one
Alright. I didn't know milk was food now.
Mouth to another to fill up a bowl. What happened to when people would just lick whipped cream off someone's body and just call it a day? I guess this is one way to strengthen your immune system. And trust me, these challenges get worse. They get freakier. You got these nasty challenges where you're transferring food with your mouth, and other challenges where you're basically getting freaky on someone, giving them a lap dance, sitting on their face, all sorts of crazy stuff. And it's called the heart rate challenge. So I'm gonna just leave it up to your imagination to picture what happens. And look, I know what some of you guys are thinking. These are adults. They can do whatever they want. It's their life. My issue is that it's super disingenuous to label a show that's heavily centered around lust, Love Island, especially when you know that the main audience of this show is young women. The type of message that this sends is the exact reason why our society is going downhill. The show is portraying extremely lustful, toxic, and damn near unhinged behavior.
I'm gonna say my opinion for this part for the end of the video. You got 3 more minutes.
It's the way to find true love. It's not hard to see that they're after the money. They know that the sex appeal and the drama is what's gonna keep people watching. They don't care how degenerate the content is. And I might be wrong about this because again, I didn't watch the show, but people were saying that on the first episode, some of the male contestants were literally on a podium and the female contestants would literally go up and kiss multiple male contestants. Like, is that not crazy? And throughout the show, you have the option of exploring new connections, which basically means you can go and pair up with someone new. And then there's the bombshell feature of the show, where they're basically adding someone who's super attractive to the contestant pool. And they're doing it in the hopes to shake things up. You know, break up a pair, get someone to consider a new partner. They're deliberately stirring up drama. And I know what you guys are thinking, oh, this is a show, it's not that serious, calm down. But what you fail to realize is, people are a lot more impressionable than society likes to admit. Part of the reason why so many women are condoning and even supporting Hoover's actions is because they see themselves in her. They feel validated and seen because of her. They think that their actions are less toxic, less wrong, more relatable, because they see this girl on TV getting away with it. And I'm gonna be the one to say, since no one else wants to, this show promotes cuckoldry. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but cuck behavior. These contestants are watching people that they're interested in make out, dance, and shoot, even fuck other people in front of them. And they're just expected to be okay with that. Sorry, but if this show was truly about finding love, if these contestants had genuine, pure love and intentions for the people they're interested in, there is no way that they would just be okay with seeing them kiss other people, dance on other people, and do whatever else. I know personally that would hurt my emotions and deeply turn me off from that person. And you know the sad thing is, although the show is extremely lustful, and I hate to admit this by the way, I think it might be an accurate, although sped up representation of today's dating scene, especially with things like hookup culture. For some people, the stuff that happened to the contestants in that short while during the show might happen to them in a matter of several months or years, but it's definitely happening. And it's really sad to see just how much people can get away with just for being attractive. I think this experiment I'm about to show you really shows you how bad society is suffering from lookism.
So this went viral on X, and it has me a little frustrated at my fellow females. An incel account, which if you don't know what an incel is, it's a man that declares to be involuntarily celibate, meaning that they don't think that they can do anything to attain women because they are not attractive enough. Okay. With the intention to affirm their point, they created a fake dating profile of a very attractive man, and they put in the dating profile, I have a criminal record for beating a woman, but we all have a past. This account receives 800 matches in 48 hours. 800 matches. Ladies, nobody's that hot. No woman beater is that hot, okay? And if you are interested in someone that you know has hit another woman, JD Vance is more of a feminist ally than you are.
I try to hold in my composure, but bro, 800 matches in 2 days. Oh my God. So you telling me, bro, I can have a criminal record. I could be, I don't know, I could have sexually assaulted 50 girls, have a criminal record for murder, assault, I don't know, fleeing officers, something like that, being mentally insane. All I gotta do is look good. That's it. Just literally look good for the camera. And you'll want to match with me? I ain't gonna lie, we about to just end the video right here. But my point about earlier, I have to kind of disagree for someone who's watched the show, and I also know a couple people personally on the show. Well, not on the show. A couple people personally that have been on the show and have completed it. Y'all know Clark Caraway from Love Island. She was on season 7. You know, the light skinned girl. She ended up matching with Taylor long term. So basically, yeah, this show is mainly about lust. I'll give it to you. I can be real. It's about lust. It's about lust and viewership, attracting the younger audience, but also trying to put this in a good way. Form my words right. We can't judge because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You know, like, yeah, on camera, you know, we see like the crazy games and maybe the hot topic conversations and the challenges, but like there's also, like, mind you, the show's only an hour long. You know, there's 24 hours in the day, so those other 23 hours they have time to just talk, chill, relax, eat, take a nap, sleep. You know, like, there's so many other things off camera that we don't know. So we can't say that they're not building real connections, because they could be. They very much could be. While I do believe you have those couple instances on where they're just there for the lust and money, whatever, I do believe some couples actually or people are there to actually create a long-lasting couple and bond. I could say Clark and Taylor are one of them, and Nick and Landry. Actually, this season they did pretty good. Clark and Taylor, Nick and Alandria, Ace and Shelly, and what's the last one? Brian and Amaya. Forgive me if I'm forgetting somebody else. No offense to y'all. But yeah, they seem to be strong couples, you know, and it seems to be genuine. But yeah, man, let's just, at the same time, we can enjoy these shows, but let's just let's not get too consumed by what we see on TV. Although it can be entertaining, let's also acknowledge the fact that, okay, some of the stuff on the show is strictly for entertainment. So let's not become the product of what we're watching. We see all these crazy games. Okay, that doesn't give us the right to go out and just lick on someone's body, you know, and call it a test of sexual interaction or sexual, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, my brain is fried. Call it sexual attraction. That's the word. You know, like, we got, as a society, we just gotta do better, man. You know, it's sad to see. But if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It all goes a long way. It's all appreciated, and it's all free. So I do it because it helps me in the algorithm, and it helps me bring out more content. So come join the family, come support. But until next time, we out.